Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a review of the Valley of Bantoon playset from Tarzan the Epic Adventures from Trendmasters. And this is part of their Mars series that they did with characters and places from Barsoom. And this is taken from Chessmen of Mars, this particular location. And it involves the Caldane, who I've already reviewed a couple different figures of in past reviews. And so, as you can see, this card back is a little worse for wear. This is how I got it. I ordered it off of eBay. And the other playset that I got, this is a micro playset, so you can see how big it is compared to my hand, for instance. The other micro playset was just fine, so I don't know if this is a common problem or not. And I'll also note that there should be a label here for the name of the playset, Valley of Bantoon, that is missing. So other than that, the packaging is intact, and it kind of leans forward if you try to lay it, but it would look pretty cool hanging. It looks really nice in the package if you're a mint on card sort of person. The back of the packaging is a little bit different because it actually shows the 3 mini playsets that they put out, and it shows each of the action features and the things that they come with. Valley of Bantoon is at the bottom, and I'll let you guys pause it and read it if you want to. And this is only worth 2 Tarzan points. I was expecting more, guys. I want more Tarzan points. But anyway, so let's see how this thing opens up. So it's already separated from the card back, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it out. And okay, so it's coming out one piece at a time. So I'm going to take both the top and the bottom half. So they are apparently going to be put together, assembled. And so okay, I already made my mistake. All right, so that's what I was trying to avoid. I was trying to keep them in this plastic so they would be organized. So I'm going to pause it and regroup. I would recommend taking it out like this, using gravity to keep them in this plastic so they don't go all over the place. Worst case scenario is they could fly everywhere, and you don't want that with as small as this stuff is. And so here's everything it comes with. And so it also comes with instructions to tell you how to put together and all the different little things that it comes with and all its action features, which is really neat. And it comes with a badge, like so many other things in this line. So I think this is my 4th or 5th badge like this that I've gotten. It looks nice at least, and again, you can clip it if you want. And so to put the 2 halves together, there is, I'm not sure if it's going to show up or not, but there is a groove right here that you're going to slide this into. So let's see how easy or hard this, oh no, it slips right in there. That is perfect. Wow, okay. So it's kind of like the Jawbridge of Grayskull. And oops, well, no. It feels loose. I'll say that. It feels very loose. And you can see it kind of flapping here. I'm not sure if there's a way to make that more secure, but this is what it looks like, you know, when it's closed up, which is quite nice. I like this. This is a really nice looking little display item by itself without even anything in it. And it opens and shuts rather easily. Again, it's a little, you know, it's a little loose when it's closed, but other than that, this is very nice and secure, and it looks very good. And I love the detail. You know, we can see a little prison grate here and all kinds of details on the ground, very alien environment. And the detail on the tower is quite nice. There's a translucent top to it, which is really cool looking. And you can even see that there's a backdrop behind the tower, and you can even see that it's nighttime, and you can see the 2 moons of Mars right there. And there's even stickers on the inside to show you the hallway inside the tower and the cave beside of it. So assembly should hopefully be easy here. So these pieces, for instance, have a peg and it only faces one way, so you just have to match that up and put it in there, and that faces that rather easily. Supposed to be another one back here. Hopefully I can get that in. I think that's it. And then you pop this in here. And this is your man-eating tree. I'm not familiar with this in the novels. I mean, maybe it exists. I certainly don't remember it from Chessmen of Mars. For the flyer, you're going to take this green translucent piece and stick it into the bottom. I recommend doing that first before you try attaching it to the tower. So you take this in and put it into this hole, and so now you have a flyer that is hovering above the Valley of Bantoon, and it has this little anchor, which is how in the novels that they, anchor the airships, because they kind of float around with 8th ray technology and all that good stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then you have a missile, and you're going to insert that missile. And you have to insert it the right way. You have to get the grooves lined up. But if you do that, it will stay in there. And so now you got an airship armed with a missile, and to launch it, you would press out, and it would launch out. It's one of those types of missiles. It's not going to go very far. So let's take a look at these figures. They're very, very tiny, as you can see. And this Rykor is modeled very basically, but you can actually see some kind of a scaly looking thing on its back, which matches the figures that were made of him. And here's a little bitty Kaldane that is the Rykor's head, and as you can see, he's very small, very basic, but they did attempt to put the legs on him and also his little claws at the top, his big old eyes, and of course he's still white like the figure of the Kaldane. So let's see how they go together here. So this is putting the Kaldane on top of the Rykor, and seems to work okay. And now the Kaldane is riding its Rykor, and it looks really strange, but of course it is really, really tiny, so, it works in that context. He looks just right, in this playset. And here's John Carter of Mars, and as you can see, the outfit is actually pretty well captured, though I will say he has a face only a mother could love. But again, on this scale, a lot of detail isn't really necessary or needed. So he's got his gun and his blaster. And here is Tarzan, Conqueror of Mars. This is a very tiny version of a figure they came out with in the other scales, the 4-inch and 5-inch. And it captures that outfit pretty well. Obviously, face only a mother could love, but again, not a lot of detail needed. But boy, look at that cape. That's really nice. And it comes with one last figurine. This is a Banth. This is a Martian Lion that has a bunch of legs. And, as you can see, they're sculpted together, which is very understandable on this scale, but he is like kind of lunging at you with that crazy look in his eyes that Banths are shown as having on Mars, and it's just nice. This is the only toy I'm aware of that actually captures this creature, so that's kind of cool to have this, and it's straight out of the novel. Banths were absolutely in the Valley of Bantoon. According to the instructions, the rope ladder is fired with the missile, so it makes sense for it to be on the flyer, and so there's this little thing on the back that I just put the top little rungs of the ladder on, and that seems to be where the rope ladder goes. So features for the playset include this grate, which you can pull up and out, and then you can put a figure in there as a prisoner. Figure can't stand up straight, but it can fit in there, kind of laying down. And then you put them in there, and so you've got Tarzan as a prisoner. Poor guy. So this hole on the back of the playset is actually an entrance to the cave, so you can drop a figure in there. And he appears right in the cave. And so another neat feature is that this lever will actually slide the door to the tower down, which is really, really cool. I love this door. The detail on it is so nice. And this cave, I don't know if this is in the novel, but the purpose here is that it's going to help you get this figure out. If you put one in there and it goes like sideways, this cave is going to be really handy because they're so tiny and it's hard to get like fingers in there. I won't say there's a lot of places for them to stand because, as you can see, there's a lot of texture on the ground, but it does have a lot of possibilities for different places you can place the figures and different action poses and get different kind of situations out of. So this is a neat little play set, both for collectors. There's a lot of different display options, and also for kids to play with. In both cases, I recommend keeping all these pieces in it when it's closed up, or putting them in Ziploc bags or a Ziploc bag. They're also small. They'll probably fit in one because they will be really, really easy to lose. Some of the areas in it aren't that easy to get to because of the way it's sculpted, and some of the stuff is not as intuitive as it should be. The instructions, for instance, on where to put the ladder were kind of wrong. It told me on the tower and it's actually on the flyer. But other than that, this is a pretty cool play set and just something really unique for your Tarzan collection or just your toy collection in general. All right, like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, stay out of the Valley of Bantoon, kids. It's kind of crazy down there.